Something I think we definitely don't prepare for is how much our friendships change. And not just friendships, but like how everybody in your life is running their own race at their own time. Like when you are getting a new job, a friend is getting fired, or when you're getting a new job, your sister is starting school and just starting their life in the workforce or figuring out what they want to do with their life. When you are taking a year off to travel, another friend is having her first baby. When you are moving to a different place to start a new part of your life, a friend is getting married. And it started hitting me really hard in 2020 when I started recognizing like the version of myself that I really admire, which had a certain level of capacity to be there for everybody I loved, started to dwindle. And it really freaked me out because I'm like, this is a part of my identity to be this type of person and friend and sister and daughter and whatever. And I liked those roles. I had my qualms with them, but I still appreciated that that was a part of me. And it's 2025 and life has lifed in such different ways than expected. Now that's another thing we recognize it's all kind of a lie in terms of how we're socialized and what we're led to believe and what we are told happens when you do XYZ, you get this. And that's not true. That's not always true. Life comes at you in many ways and will teach you as many lessons as it wants to. And it's doing its own thing with or without your permission. And so you're weaving that reality and that truth into the way you think things should go, and they can constantly collide. And they did for me, and they still do for me. I am a little emotional this morning because I'm thinking about two friendships that mean so much to me and have felt so different over the past year, and I don't know exactly how to address it because it's not like you piss me off, I mean, there's a little bit of that, but there's also like, I think we're changing and we're not changing in the same direction. And I think those are always the most painful. Then it's not necessarily a breakup, but those are also the most painful realities because it's like nothing's wrong. It's so much easier when something's wrong and we can pinpoint it and dissect it and like blah blah blah. But when it's just life, which you can't control or grasp or like try to make what you want to be, because life is too big to hold in these two hands, to hold in this brain, to try to control. It's not what life is gonna do. And so it's fascinating to recognize like everybody's pace is different and we can only do the best we can do at the time that we can do it. I always think about like, I don't have kids yet, but I think about when I will have kids and like what friends of mine will be able to hold space for that because maybe they're on that journey or they've had it at that same time versus a friend who's had a child for 6 years who's like, baby, I'm out of that phase, I'm in somewhere else, like my cousin, when she had her first baby, I thought I would just be able to be there for her, but my life was doing something different. And I was so sad. I was blown because I was like, I'm a bad this, I'm a bad that. And I knew she needed this support, but I couldn't give it to her as much as I thought I could. And I know I'm going to need it when it's my turn. So it's like, but it might not be from her, it might be from somebody else. You don't even know that you haven't even loved all the people you're going to love in this lifetime yet. You haven't even met all the people you're going to love in this lifetime yet. So you have no idea who's going to be in your circle at that time in your life. Like, just, if we can all be comfortable with admitting the nuance of relationship, of life, the fact that nothing is really what we were told it was going to be, and there are so many more, it's so much more practice and grace and compassion needed to actually build the relationships we want and to constantly rebuild them and to check into them. Like, some of it is a bit detailed, right? We might have to sit and be like, so what's changing? What do we need from each other now? Who are you now? Why are we friends? Why are we in this relationship? What mirror are we still showing each other that builds us up? Like, it takes those details This ain't taught in third grade. I feel like we should teach this in third grade, because that's when really the friendships start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Third grade. But anyway, I don't know. This is just all my heart, because I was just getting really emotional thinking about these two women who I just adore, and I'm really, I don't know how to, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know if I'm supposed to say something. Should I wait for you to say something? Like, I already said something. Do I need to say something again? Like, my Libra brain is so diplomatic and very, like, non-conflict, but my Aries brain is like, we need to say what it is, and we need to express this, and we need to, like, clear up whatever's going on. And also just trying to be okay with the fact that, like, I actually just need space for myself. It's not even from anyone. It's like for myself. I have played so many roles, we all do, that I have given a lot of time to. And as I am recognizing that if I am not building myself up, nobody will build me up. So I have to also take that time, which means you have less time to give to relationships, which also is like, my mind is like, okay, so what does that mean? Are you like less of a good XYZ? And it's this good and bad. Not true, not real. It's never this or that. It's this and that. I need time to focus on myself, and I love these people in my life. And sometimes, do relationships sustain those things? That's the, I don't know, that's the uncertainty. That's the part that you can ChatGPT it all you want, but this is the human experience. This is the nitty gritty of the human experience, that emotional roller coaster, up, down, turn around. We don't know, but let's see, because we trust the ride, because we trust the process, because we have no choice but to trust life. So maybe that's it. Oh, it always goes back to